Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hair's going everywhere. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura. In today's video, we're going to talk about manifestation mechanics. It's not as boring as it sounds. I really want to give you guys the tea on just breaking manifestation down to a science, but I'm going to explain it in a fun, cutesy, feminine way. So let's get started. So the three things I'm going to talk to you about today are frequency, vibration, and self-concept. Okay, so number one, frequency. I want you to think of your frequency as your signal that you are broadcasting to the universe at any given time. I want you to think of your frequency as your long-term baseline, which has been molded by your dominant beliefs, your identity, and your emotional set point. So frequency, energetic station or signal that you are broadcasting, which has been built over a long period of time, to vibration. Now, vibration is different to frequency because this is more of a day-by-day emotional state. This isn't your long-term energetic baseline. So this fluctuates daily depending on what's happening in your life, mood, your circumstances, your environment. And for my ladies, because this video is really for you, this is the point where I want to highlight your cycle. So your vibration can be affected by your cycle. As women, we feel completely different. You know, we have 4 different stages of our cycle. In my opinion, those are 4 different states, 4 different vibrations. For example, let's say you're on your cycle. Maybe you're in the luteal phase or you're in the menstrual phase. Maybe you're in a lower vibration, sad, annoyed, tired, like everything's bothering you. If you know, you know. Annoyed at everything, irritable, but you can still hold a high frequency, high energetic set point, i.e. knowing that even though you're having a bad day, that doesn't change your entire identity, your entire belief system, your entire frequency, that you are an abundant individual, or that you receive this amount of money per month, or you have this partner. Your vibration day to day and in that moment doesn't affect those things. Third thing is self-concept. Self-concept is who you believe you are. It's the identity that you've accepted as truth, as fact. So I want you to think about the way that you talk to yourself in your mind. This inner narrative dictates your frequency and your vibration over time. So if your self-concept is, I'm a lucky person, I'm a wealthy person, I have a successful business, I have a loving partner, you naturally, by telling yourself these things, by making yourself feel these things to be true about you, you naturally tune to the frequency over time. The station that you are tuning to is someone who is loved, someone who is worthy, someone who's abundant, someone who's wealthy. Your frequency is directly interlinked by your self-concept. They go hand in hand and they affect each other. And vibration comes into it because vibration can either add or subtract to that over time. I said before, if you're having a bad day, if you're having a low energy day or 2 days or a week, that does not affect your self-concept unless it's a repeated cycle of every day. Manifestation mechanics. We've gone over frequency, vibration, and self-concept. Now I want to give you an analogy. So self-concept, I want you to think of your self-concept as the driver. It's your identity, it's you getting into the vehicle. And if you think about you getting into the car, and let's say you have a belief that you always struggle with money, it doesn't come by you easily. So I want you to think about getting into your car with this belief. Your driver identity, when you're in that car driving, you're always going to be on the lookout on the road for proof of this to reinforce this idea, okay? That's your default. That's what you're looking for. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in the car, maybe you're driving through a nice area. I love to look at the trees. Obviously I'm safe, I'm not like glancing for too long. Those things catch my eye. So I feel now when I drive, I'm always looking for the trees, I'm looking at the nature, I'm glancing. It's so nice. Think about that, but in terms of your belief system, getting in the car and thinking, I'm not lucky with money, I'm not abundant, I'm actually poor. I come from poverty, I live in poverty, money doesn't come by me easy. Think about being in the car and things are constantly catching your eye, like proof of that is reinforcing the idea. And what that is your reticular activating system at work. So your RAS is your brain's filter, and it decides what information gets in there and hits your conscious mind. The RAS lets in is shaped by your belief, your identity, and your expectations. So if your self-concept is, I'm broke, don't receive money, it doesn't come by me easily, I'm not abundant, your RAS will filter out things in your reality to give you proof of that, so it can keep reinforcing that belief, that idea. You notice the bills, the setbacks, no opportunities. Meanwhile, you could be getting discounts, you could find a penny on the floor, you could get given something for free, and that could be right in front of you. But because you have that other belief, the RAS will deprioritize these things that you're seeing because they don't match with your current self-concept of finding money so hard to come by and opportunities not being available to you. So when you get in the car and you're driving, driver, identity, self-concept, I want you to think of the RAS as the windshield, right? Because it's like filtering out what you can and cannot see. It's literally a filter for your reality. The next part of this analogy is the GPS system in the car. The GPS system in the car is your frequency. If your self-concept is unworthiness, lack, scarcity, GPS is turned on to scarcity street. That's where it's taking you. That's where it's always going to be directing you, because that is your belief, that is your self-concept. That is the automatic switch on the GPS. So you get in the car, that's automatically where that's going. So frequency flows out of self-concept. It's kind of like a byproduct of your self-concept. So next we have vibration, and vibration is the fuel, the petrol, the quality of your drive in the car. Vibration is your daily nervous system state. Calm, anxious, joy, stress, excitement. So like we just spoke about the GPS, let's say our GPS is set to abundance. Let's say we have a good self-concept and our frequency is good. Let's say we have a day where we're feeling burned out, we're feeling tired, we had an argument with someone, we're just not feeling 100% ourselves. Maybe we're at that point in our cycle where everything just feels too much, we're just exhausted. So if the GPS is set to abundance, but our fuel is low, our petrol, we need to go get petrol in the car, so the car's not driving properly. The car is gonna struggle. Maybe it's gonna do that. I've forgotten the word. You know what I mean? Though it's gonna like struggle to drive. It's gonna be bumping up and down. It's not going to be a smooth ride. So the car's still driving, but it's not at full capacity. It's not driving as smooth as it could be. Maybe we need to go take our car in for a service or go and get petrol. Vibration is like an amplifier. High vibration would be more ease, less resistance, quicker arrival, i.e. day by day when you're regulating the nervous system and feeling good and feeling calm and open to receiving, it's a smoother drive. It amplifies that signal, your frequency, and it speeds up the process. But, you know, and I'm not saying you have one bad day and everything's ruined. That's the point of the video. One bad day does not ruin everything. One bad day, of course, we're human, literally. 2 bad days, like I said, maybe you're on your cycle, maybe you're going through a hard time in your life. When it gets to weeks, months, years in the same low vibration day by day, maybe you're stressed, you're anxious, and you're not pulling yourself out of that. When the vibration affects the frequency affects the self-concept reinforces the frequency, that's when it all gets messy. Even having I feel like in this community, it's like I can't even have a moment where I stress out because I can't worry, I can't give my attention to that I'm feeling stressed right now or anxious, or all my manifestations are just like gonna disappear. All the work I've done is gone. No. That's your vibration. That's your day by day state. That is not going to affect your frequency or your self-concept unless it's happening for a prolonged period of time. So self-concept is the driver, who you believe you are behind that wheel when you're driving. Your identity. The identity sets the GPS, aka your frequency. If your frequency is tuned into abundance, then the GPS is setting that destination for abundance. If you are dominantly feeling calm, happy, excitement, joy, even contentment, you're aligning all three. Identity, frequency, and vibration. The ride becomes effortless. You arrive at where you want to go, when you want to go. So the other thing I wanted to say is that high vibe, let's just throw that term out. I'm so bored of seeing it. Like, I can't listen to this because it's not high vibrational. I can't do this because it's not high vibrational. Highest frequency, and remember, frequency and vibration are different. The highest frequency, which is the channel that you're tuned into, what you're actually telling the universe, what you want, the kind of life you want. It's about consistency in who you are. It's reinforcing those beliefs. I'm tuned into abundance, I'm tuned into wealth, I'm tuned into success. That doesn't mean constant positivity. That doesn't mean not having a bad day, not having a down day. God forbid a girl has a doubt. I mean, we're human beings and it's allowed. You're literally a human being moving up and down the emotional scale. Like I said, if you are a woman, well then that's a whole other 100 things that is factored in with hormones and hormonal changes and things like that. And I want you to know, if you are pushing yourself to feel high vibe, to feel positive, excitement all the time, it could be dysregulating your nervous system, because sometimes the body needs to feel and release so we can move on and go about our day. And it's not something to repress. You don't need to be laughing and dancing. You could be in bed resting. You could be having an off day. Your identity keeps you on the frequency of abundance. You just need to be on the right station, i.e. the right frequency, which is set by your self-concept. What one person finds as low vibe, or it really affects them, it hinders their manifestation, that's them. I want you to know that that doesn't have to be your experience too, because we are all different. We all see things and absorb things and learn things differently. So do what works best for you. Okay guys, that was my tea on manifestation mechanics. I hope it gave you some relief that you don't need to be doing all the things all the time, forcing yourself to be drilling toxic positivity into your life all the time. You're a human being. You're allowed to experience all emotions. In fact, I would say that's healthy, that's normal, especially if you are a woman. Please don't be in your luteal phase or on your cycle, forcing yourself to feel high vibe and forcing yourself to feel a certain way. Let the body feel how it wants to feel. Regulate the nervous system, and I promise you, you're gonna be great. See you guys next time, and happy manifesting.